All right, we are back. Deeply Opinionated podcast. It's been a little minute. Has it been a minute? It's been a little minute.
No, we just
felt like a minute.
Nah, it just felt like
Yeah, it felt like a minute. But we are back. I have my boy Meek with me as usual. To my right, we have the Queen Mimi in the building.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
Y'all seen Mimi before. She has been on the podcast before.
Yes.
This is my sister
Friend
from
of the
another
show.
mother. So, you know, and y'all know she don't bite her tongue. So, we are here today to discuss. Well, let me ask, how was your week, man? How was your weekend?
Oh, my weekend was good.
Yeah.
I was in Nashville for the weekend.
Nashville.
Okay.
Nashville for one of my buddies I went to school with. He had a bachelor party.
Look at me. It's my turn to fucking do my
Yeah, see, let me get the SpongeBob meme out.
Damn.
But that's what I was there all weekend. Had a great time. Ate a lot of food, drank a lot of beer, laughed a lot. You know, we had a good time. Danced a little bit.
Okay.
You know, know me cut a rug now.
Oh, you pulled a two-step
Yeah,
out?
hell yeah. I got the meanest two-step.
The meanest?
Like I should probably like do it sometime, record it,
Yeah.
and then let it just go viral.
Yeah,
Do it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not.
Yo, what you post earlier? If you ain't
If you ain't congratulate, you hate.
Yeah. Okay.
So basically,
Yeah. I'm gonna hate. I'm telling you that.
Miranda, how was your weekend? And welcome to the
Good.
podcast.
Thank you so much. It was good. It was, I was on call at my job, my first job. So, it was eventful. I had to go into work. And, I also had treats to deliver because my second job is Mimi Sweet Treats. Yes.
Where can we find Mimi Sweet Treats?
On Instagram and Facebook at Mimi Sweet Treats
Okay.
with Z on the end.
And we doing a taste testing on
Yeah.
here.
Bring some treats by.
Podcast. Yeah, we're gonna have the treats. Eat them live. Tell you what we feel. You know, I'm sure they're delicious.
Absolutely.
So this week's topic. Oh, let me tell you about my weekend. I probably had the
absolutely.
biggest,
They want to know what's
the
up.
biggest weekend of my DJ career.
Yes.
Yep.
I was already going to the Smack rap battle thing. You know, I was super excited. It's my first time going in person. It was usually since high school watching on YouTube. And to actually find out they're doing like the biggest card they ever did in Charlotte, I was like, bro, I'm not gonna miss this. I don't care if I gotta get fired or whatever. I don't care. I'm not missing this event. So I already knew I was going. So I always felt like a little kid too, because like Saturday morning I was up at 7. I was up at 7, and I was just thinking about like, damn, this about to be lit. And so I get a call around 11 o'clock. Shout out to Fresh. Yo, Fresh is the GOAT, man.
Yeah.
Fresh is the GOAT.
Shout out Fresh.
Fresh is good people.
Fresh booked me for my first party ever in Charlotte. He booked me for my second party ever in Charlotte. On a big night too, so I could broadcast my talent, so that was super dope.
Awesome.
But Fresh is my phone. So I'm like, why Fresh calling me? Answer the phone, and he was like, yo, Rose. I was like, what's up? He was like, yo, you free today? I was like, yeah, I gotta go to this rap battle shit, but what's up? He was like, yo, that's crazy because they need you to DJ. I was like, you fucking with me. He was like, nah, I got my mans on the phone now. He was like, yo, Rose, I met you before. Like, DJ. So then he was like, this is what we got for you. And I was like, huh? He said, this is what we got for you.
Okay.
Oh, when you need me there.
Right.
When you need me there.
Yeah.
Right? So then they call Smack on three-way, and Smack is on the phone. Oh, Rose, I need you up there now. So boom, we need you up there now. So I had to go up there, set up, sound check. Mind you, my head is blown right now.
Right.
I'm like, I got like 45 minutes to get up there. At the same time, I'm like going crazy in the mind. Like,
right.
my nigga, I'm about to be like on the stage during the rap battle.
Right.
So I'm going crazy, getting ready. So I'm calling Rico. I'm calling, yo, pull up, man. I'm gonna get y'all there somehow. We in there. So it was amazing, man, to meet everybody in person and actually be on the stage, rock the crowd before the battle started. to actually be like in front of the stage to where at one point one of the battle rappers jumped off the stage and we high-fived off the bar that he did.
Yeah.
So like, and then like, it was crazy though, you know what? Cause like during the regular rap battles, they had like the sound effects during like when they say like a crazy bar or whatever. But the girls was complaining, but they felt like I would be showing favoritism, so they made me stop doing the sound effects because that could sway the crowd. Like if I drop the bomb on that, then the crowd reacts. But they don't understand is where I was at on the stage, all of the monitors were facing the crowd, so I couldn't even hear them at all. I was only hearing the crowd react, and then I would react to the crowd, but I couldn't hear them at all. So actually, when they told me they didn't want me to do sound effects no more, I was actually happy because now I can go out in the front of the stage and watch the battles and not stand back here all night reacting to the crowd, not hearing nothing that they saying.
Yeah.
So I was actually hyped when he told me like, yo, you don't do the sound effects no more. But the only thing I took away from it is like the usual DJ, he drops his little Don DeMarco like during a heavy bar. And I was dropping my DJ Rose during a heavy bar, but so it could be heard throughout the recording, you know what I'm saying? But either way.
You got some in there.
Right.
I got a few in there. But yeah, man, it was crazy. It was crazy. Really dope experience. I was humbled by it. But yeah, that was like I could check it off the list.
Absolutely.
It was dope. Super dope experience. But yeah, man, we came to talk about, should you post your significant other to social media? Now, as soon as I put this on my Instagram or my social media, I got 1,000 DMs like, yo,
Really?
this needs to be talked about. This is real. Get to the bottom of it. Tell the truth. All that shit.
Let's figure it out.
So I was like, okay, we definitely gonna get to it. So I guess we'll start with what is your personal opinion? We'll start with Mimi since ladies first.
Okay.
What is your personal opinion about posting to social media?
I think it's your prerogative. I think you can do what you want to do. My prerogative. I post here and there. I don't think it's a venting session that should be done. I don't think you should ever do anything to make yourself look like a fool. And I don't think that you should, post for likes.
Mm-hmm.
Just do what makes you happy in your relationship. So like for me, I post my significant other. I mean, I don't post them every day, but I post them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because when I do post them, like people jump on my inbox like, y'all sit together? Like, and it's like, yes, I just don't always post them. I feel like when people feel like they have too much access to your life, they overstep their boundaries.
Right.
So I think as long as you create a boundary for your relationship, I think it's fine.
What you think, Mick?
I'm gonna say in you almost feel obligated to do it,
Okay.
in a sense, and that comes from, if you don't post something, then there's gonna be a conversation had about why have you not posted something of us. So I don't like that aspect when I think about it. I don't like that. But for me, I was in moderation, yes. I don't want to feel like if I do post something of you, now I'm obligated to do that often. And it's my gram.
Right.
It's my form of social media. It's my way of expression to talk about myself.
Right.
You're a part of my life, but you're not my entire life.
Right.
You know what I mean? It'd be a little bit different if I was married or something, but
Yeah.
you feel me? But no, I say that in moderation, yes, and we'll probably talk about, when is the right time to post sometime in here. But I would say in moderation, yes, to the point it becomes like a chore, you feel obligated to do it, and it's not because you want to do it, then that's where I would kind of say it starts to intrude, especially for me, because I'm not in a situation where I am married, and it's important that you can set boundaries in a relationship and remain, have some space, you know what I mean? Like you got that's why you have like a man cave in your house, or you have like your balcony. She might go out there and sit down or something and and have a glass of wine. You need that space where you can feel like you at least have, you know, some presence to just be alone and be by yourself. So, in moderation.
Right. I feel like you can do whatever you want, all right? And people should do what's best for them. The problem is that people don't know what's best for them. I feel like
you're right though. I
feel like that's what it is. It's like, yeah, you have the right to post whenever you want to post, and you have the right to do what's best for you. But some of your decisions may not be the best for you. you don't know it.
The norm.
Yeah, you're just following everybody else because you think that's what's best, but it's not always best. And you said it perfectly. Like when you give people a lot of access to your life, people start to overstep their bounds. I have a friend, he's a YouTube star, but most of his YouTube is about his kids. But he was out with his kids and he had an experience where somebody reached out and just grabbed and touched his kids because they're fans, they're familiar with the kids. So he had to realize, like, damn, like, what am I doing a little bit? You know what I'm saying? Like, when people become that, they call them by their name and reach out and grab them, like, you feel like you know the kids. So it's like it puts a father in a weird space when you realize what's happening right there. So it's the truth. Like, you give people a lot of access. People speak on your relationship or give you advice, or you should leave him, sis, and all the stuff like that. And all of that stuff is just negative reinforcement when those people, put their phone down and go eat. They don't give a fuck about how you feel sitting there in your living room by yourself. So, like, you have to know how to separate it. Like, I would say that I do like the way that y'all post. Like, it's occasional. Like, hey, yeah, we still lit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll see y'all in a couple months. You know what I'm saying? But we still lit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of like that. Me personally, it's always worked best for me to not keep it a secret, because I hate when people think people think secret, because you're not a secret. Because in our real life, we go in the public in front of the world. I don't walk around with a cover over me while we're at dinner or going to the movies, and then when they set us in a private corner, I take the cover off.
Now you come
Like, we're in the real world publicly. Like, you know what I'm saying? The windows is down, we ride, the music is good. Like, publicly, we are publicly. On this app, we may not show the world what we're doing every day. Now, a lot of people are hit with negative reinforcements every day from memes, statuses, people are miserable, right? And sometimes we take those things, whether it's subconsciously or not, we take it in not knowing where it goes when we take it in, right? Kind of like the people who say love and hip hop doesn't influence me, but if you sit and watch something all the time, it can have an influence. It's going to have some type of influence on you. I don't care what you say. Like, you can say, oh yeah, it's just entertainment, but it's going to have some influence on you at some level, right? So when we take those things in, we kind of form opinions. So people think that, if a man is not, people make statuses that would say if a man doesn't show his woman, he's ashamed of you. But no, that's just your nosy ass want to know everybody's business.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean, it just means that if these people have something going on, if you feel like that man is not showing this woman and he's not telling you, you feel some he's supposed to tell us about that, she's supposed to tell us about that. And because you're not, it must be a secret. But that's just this weird illusion that people have with social media. It's not about what we're doing that we have to show it to you. It's about what we're doing. That's it. That is it. And it's not about who we show it to. That don't have nothing to do with anything.
We're not looking for your approval.
Right. If we were looking for your approval, we do that before, not after. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just people's weird perception of what somebody should be telling, because people just tell all of their business on social media. Did you just see the girl go live the other day and say everybody who had AIDS?
I heard about that. I didn't see it though. I heard. She
got upset and she went on Insta Live. She found out she had AIDS. She said the name of everybody else.
First and last.
Baby daddy, this dude she's with. You have AIDS. You have AIDS. You have HIV. Of course, they don't know if they have AIDS, but
you would hope.
You've been exposed, basically, what you're saying. Now,
And the police are looking for her.
Right, but they found her and she proved that she didn't have AIDS. She just said she was mad at one.
And she should
was
still be
upset.
charged.
But that's even worse. That's even
Right,
worse.
now you need to
it's
be
even
charged.
worse that you did that though.
And,
Like,
and a mental
if it was
evaluation.
real, it's crazy. If it's not real, you're still crazy. Like
Right.
it's like fucked up. Like it's weird to do that. You know, like that's fucking weird as shit to just do crazy shit like
I
that.
really need to start. I can't
That's
even
wild.
form the words.
And then a lot of the examples I see, like with people who post, it's been several people that are close to me. I know them. I know your relationship. I know what you're going
Facts.
through. I know you're broke.
Oh.
I know your life, right?
Right.
And I
You know you're unhappy.
and I scroll my timeline, and you know I just broke y'all up from fighting last night.
Right.
But I'm scrolling the timeline, and y'all
Y'all
in
together.
love.
The light of my life.
Right? It's like it's
My
weird. It's
heart
like,
outside my body.
Jesus
And, that,
Christ.
and that's kind of like touching on. That's why I say it feels like a chore, because I'm posting because I feel I need to show, not necessarily my partner, but other people that you know.
Somebody wants me.
But then are you
This
doing it
is-
for other people, or are you doing it to make you feel better in your relationship? Because at that point,
It's both.
who knows that besides the people
Third.
that are close to you, who else knows you're unhappy?
Well, no, but it might not be about being unhappy.
Okay.
It might be about me wanting to show you that I am
Yeah,
happy
okay.
and
And we
living
want
my
you to.
best
Okay,
life.
okay,
Everything's
okay.
always 100%. We
Yeah.
never have no problems.
Right.
We don't fight. Everything is good.
Yeah.
Our parents know each other.
Right.
I'm cool with everything about this person.
Right.
And then they want you to double tap to confirm that you approve.
That you approve. Facts. Okay.
But
Gotcha.
yeah, I do like that though, because it can be you trying to also show that, you know, that I'm either happy or unhappy. Because this was one of the questions that I brought, because I thought people would relate to this. When is the best time, or should you not post a picture, and then when do you take that picture down? When do you remove somebody from your timeline or your online history? Is that just okay?
Do you
now?
have to?
I'm asking. You
My-
see people do it though.
Well, okay, so my boyfriend right now has his ex deep in his Instagram page.
Right, deep down there.
It doesn't bother me.
You can erase
I
the
mean,
picture,
honestly,
but
like
the
I
memory's
think it's a
still there.
lot of energy, like to go back and like
And
go
delete
through
that,
all those
right?
and delete. To me, it's a level of petty that I haven't reached or mastered yet. So I just feel like
Right, man. I try to do that.
What are we doing here?
I think I got like over 4,000 posts, right? And I just every time I look at that number, like, yo, that's a lot of. I don't know. I know a lot, like at least 3,000 of that is some bullshit that I posted, and I'd be wanting to just go back and like make my Instagram cute with the like 100 pictures, like whatever.
Yeah.
I just like, bruh, I don't have the patience to go back and delete all of that shit. It's like
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
I think that's an insecurity that you have to work on with yourself. I mean, you know, I'm not going to go into that topic, but that's an insecurity. Like for you as a significant other, male or female, to be bothered by a past relationship that's closed.
Right.
That is not, you know, making you feel like as though you're not enough and you have a problem with it. Like, am I supposed to take that on?
Right.
You know, how do you, that's too much.
And but all right, let's keep it in the real world, and then the virtual world.
Okay.
So if you're dating a girl and you have like a picture of her in your house, you take that picture down after you broke up and you started to be with a new girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now on social media, you're with someone, you post pictures, so you would go back and you would delete those as well. So do we? I feel like we just like laid out a double standard for how you should treat reality in the virtual world on different stages.
Because they're not
the
same.
same.
Right, know what I'm saying.
This is my living
I mean,
space.
you can take the
This-
down
this-
here because you know you see it every day. You're moved on. To me, that would be disrespectful for your new relationship to see your old one posted up like an altar for this person that's no longer in your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but in social media, if I've posted 100 pictures before you even came along after that relationship, am I supposed to go search for it? Like, I don't see it every day. Do you see it every day? Like, you have to go look for it.
Yeah.
So you have to
Right,
put it in your life.
Like, first of all, we need
To
to
me.
talk about the issue of why you're going back that far on scrolling on. my timeline to see
like,
something
what
like
did
that.
I do to you?
Like, we should be so happy right now that you shouldn't even want to scroll back that far to see what's going on right now. You shouldn't even care. Like, you shouldn't even feel like you checked my page today. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? I'll see you when I get home. Not let me check on what you did all day today.
Let me look through the comments.
Like, I want to say, like, did you see that thing I posted today? Nah, what'd you post? That so we can talk about it. Not. Did you see what I posted today? Yeah, I read it. I saw all the comments. Okay, what's on TV?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I want. I don't want the,
But okay,
checking on me all day.
So then, sidebar, but not sidebar.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe in blocking your significant other
No.
because of that?
No.
Okay.
No.
I just wanted to ask.
No.
What about you?
We
Me?
blocking people?
I'm asking. Do you
I've
think?
done it before.
Do you think?
I've definitely done it before.
Something you could do.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I've
And
done
still be with that person, like,
Yes.
and happy,
Yes.
right?
Oh,
Yes.
you mean like in a
In
relationship?
currently in a
block-
relationship,
Yes.
and
And
you have
yes.
that person blocked on your social
Yes.
media, and
Yes.
you guys are happy in real life.
Some people don't have self-control, so you have to help them out. Because what can you get mad about if you can't see anything?
But I get that.
And then
I totally get why people
everything you come with is assumption.
But it's just
And
sad.
then we're gonna have a what happened? We're gonna have a conversation about assumption, which is gonna make you feel stupid.
Facts.
So like it.
But it just seems so hard to deal with. Like, you can't even.
But it'll happen.
Okay.
Like it'll click where it's like, you can't. Because if it's just up to you and your phone, you gonna go look. if it's just up to you and your phone, you gonna go look.
But
if you know you can't see anything,
then you gotta calm down.
You just gotta relax.
I feel like
It's just sad.
the hassle of it to block someone that you're with, it would just cause more hassle than I would be willing to tolerate, willing to go through.
Me too.
Because she gonna have to, because I'm a guy, she would have to hear it from her friends saying, why he don't follow you? Why you block? What's up with that? You don't think he doing shady stuff? So what's she gonna start thinking? Doing shady stuff. So she gonna have to deal with that, and then just her environment would probably cause her so much strife that it would then be reflected on me.
I
This
just
is-
want to say
this is-
something right now. You are so sweet. You are the sweetest. And that is no shade. You really think about all of those things that I didn't know men thought about.
Thank you.
That's super awesome.
So fuck all that.
I mean,
Nah, this is what I'm
I
saying.
couldn't do it. I can't block you because you're insecure. I just can't. I gotta let you go with the insecurity because it's just social media. So if you're that invested,
people need help.
you gotta figure out something else.
So you have to help people, right? I'm a very
Tell them how you gonna help them.
You're so sincere.
I'm a very opinionated person, and a lot of my opinions have nothing to do with my real life. A lot of the things that I post have nothing to do with my real life. I like to pick people's brain. I like to hear perspective. I like to pick that person out of the crowd of 1,000 people who are viewing to that one person who thinks like me, and we have a conversation about somebody who thinks like me. I'm not trying to get the whole 1,000 people to understand what I'm saying. I'm trying to find that person who thinks like I think, and we have a conversation, and we have a back and forth about it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of things that is not applied to what is going on in my real life. A lot of people don't know how to separate reality and virtuality. Right. So because of that, somebody I'm dealing with may read something and start to think, is this about me? Is this was he doing this? Was he doing that? That's a conversation I don't want to have because I'm not talking about you because I'm never subliminally posting to you. You are who I'm talking to. I'm going to talk to you. I'm not going to subliminally post to you, only talking to you and waiting for you to scroll your timeline to see it to what I was thinking 2 hours ago. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not how we doing. So, but some people don't know how to separate that. And it's not their fault. It's just the world that's grown up with that phone in their hand. And it's a different thing now. It's a thing that's getting out of control now with the phone. So it's like you can't. At what point are you? To me, if it's your Instagram, it's insane for you to have to think about, should I post this?
Right. Because of who's gonna get upset.
Because of my girl may see this and get upset. Because you know what? If you don't post it, or you do post it, it's still a thought that doesn't go away. So whether you like a picture or you don't like a picture, you can still like the picture. It's the physical double tapping and somebody else seeing that you like the picture is what she is worried about.
And you should be allowed to be human without being
Right.
punished for that. Like,
That's
I like don't mean you trying to smash.
don't-
I mean, I said I like don't mean you trying to smash.
I mean, it's true. It's like, and you know what? I think the worst part of it is, I think that females know how their DMs are, and they assume that our DMs look like their DMs, but it's not, because women are not as thirsty as men. Men don't give a fuck. Men will slide in your DMs. Men. And women read their DMs and think, oh, he's attractive, he's a DJ, he's this, he's that, he got a good opinion. I know his DMs is flooded. It's a desert in there. You know what's in my DMs? Me sending links to everybody of the podcast. That's what my DMs is. It's like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I also think women see their DMs lit like that and they think that the same thing is going on in reverse. But women are way more reserved than men are. Women won't just pour on in your DMs like that. But I will say, when a man starts posting that he has a girl, DMs do increase. And I tell women that all the time, like, you want to be posted, but you don't know what, it's that secret competition between women. It's like, oh, word, that's, oh, you know what I'm saying? Then they start comparing themselves. Oh, I look better than her. Like that don't have nothing to do with why you over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that is when you start posting your girl, those DMs start going that way. People start trying to lead you the wrong way. You know what I'm saying?
But the same thing for women too. Like, men jump in our DMs like after we post our man and be like, well, why you ain't choose me, or whatever the case may be. Like, and to me, you know, those DMs come from people that have known you for a while, who know your man. That's the weirdest thing with men, that, you know, women will jump in your DMs, but I don't know if it's our friends like it is y'all's friends. You know what I'm saying? And it may be that's how about we have another topic? We'll move on.
But you just brought up something though, because that's like the.
I done got some DMs before. I be like, oh, y'all ain't friends
at all. Ooh.
Y'all not
all right,
friends.
we'll save that then.
Yeah, but
yeah. So when is the right time to post your significant other, or let the world? And time out. Before I say that, let me say this. Anybody who said, what Drake said, he said I wasn't hiding my kid from the world, I was hiding my war for my kid or something like that. Anybody who believed that and disagrees with the fact that you shouldn't be able to post your significant other is confused, because
he has a point. It was corny, but it's a point.
I mean, yeah,
and that would be the point. Yeah. I'm sure somebody would say, well, I don't want to post my girl because I don't want the world to, I don't want her to start getting all that hate.
Well,
because that's what it does. That's what it does.
I mean, if you ain't out there living a clear-cut life and you know you're doing other things, then that's going to make it harder for you to want to post. But then again, shoot, I know guys who post and have, you know, who post everybody but their girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like, I mean,
because
I don't know, like,
I don't feel like
window. Like, I would post my significant other when we are secure in what we have. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I can expect for a DM to pop off. So I know that when I post you, I'm good, we're in a good place. So if I hear something, I'm not going to immediately believe. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the best time to post when you are okay. Like, when y'all just getting together, you just had 2 drinks, it's your second day, like, it's not nobody's. Like, I posted heart faces of my boyfriend before the world really knew who he was. Like, I mean, we was on vacations together, and I posted heart eyes. I mean, I'll let you know I was with a man, but you just didn't know who he was. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because we were still in the getting to know you phase, you know, and I didn't want to create, what's the word? Hysteria. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So there's that.
I mean, listen, do whatever you feel like you gotta do, and do whatever's best for you, but just know what's best for you. You know what I'm saying?
Stop that, Rose. Somebody hopped in DMs right now and said, Rose, me and my man had a conversation about when I should post him or when he should post me. You ain't gonna be like, man, do what's best for you.
Well, how long y'all been together? I don't want to know that.
Right, that's
See, but that don't even really mean nothing. Like, how long you been together?
Time out. It does though.
It does a little bit. It creates a timeline.
Case in point.
In a sense.
If you started dating a dude and you post him and then y'all broke up the following week.
Right.
Right? Now that post is on there. She already said she's not gonna go back and delete it because that would be kind of petty. But then that happens over a span of 6 months. How many pictures is there? What's that image now look like, Rose?
And you should definitely go delete it.
No. What I'm saying is,
at this point, be petty, girl.
What I'm saying is like,
it's a timeline of when you post.
No,
yeah,
but I'm not saying it's not a timeline. What I'm saying is the time, how long they've been together don't matter. Because you can be with somebody for a year. It was a year full of shit.
Right,
so,
but we're saying as far as posting that person.
But we agree that if
so you shouldn't post them until you've been with them for a year.
No,
I'm not saying that, but
she said when you're comfortable.
When you're comfortable, when you you've gotten to know that person, so you know, being that we are in a social media world, that if you post this picture of your significant other, you know there's gonna be DMs, there's gonna be somebody that know her that you may not have known knew her. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, you guys do your whole vetting. So we get it, but it's like, there may be some other information you may find out about said person once you post. So wouldn't you want to at least be comfortable in that relationship? Like, okay, well, we're secure, so that if a hater jumps in my DMs or a chick jumps in my DMs, I can still be with this person tomorrow. Right. Or would it be like, okay, well, we've gone on a couple of days, she cool, and we just kicking it, and I'm about to post it because we matched tonight and our outfits look good. Like,
fuck, well, we'd be together 4 years and nobody ever seen you on my social media ever.
But is that because of the type of network you have and because of what you're doing? Because that matters too.
It's not,
so if you were just regular Joe Small and you had 500 followers,
it's for peace of mind. It is for peace of mind. First of all, I would never be a regular Joe Small.
I'm just saying.
I would never just
I'm giving you an example. So that's what I'm saying. Is that the reason why you don't post it? Because you have so many followers and you have this podcast and you have the things.
It's for peace of mind.
Okay.
Some things you have to keep close to you. Everybody's not ready for what they think they're ready for. Think about that. Everybody's not ready for what they think they're ready for, right? Okay. Let's take for instance, I'm DJ Rose, right? And I have somebody who's just regular, 9 to 5, pursuing their career, doing what they do, right? They're not used to what comes with this, right?
Nor do they want that.
Nor do they want it. They don't, they don't want it at all, right?
That's
so
a great thing.
When I now take you and put you in this light that you want, now you're getting screenshot. Now you're in group chats. Now you're in, now you're, somebody saying this. Oh, somebody slid in your DMs. Oh, this fake page sent you a message saying, oh, he really wasn't there. He was there. You know what I'm saying? And people start to play with you like that. But you're not of that world, and you can't sift through what's real and what's fake. And so all that shit starts to fuck with you, right? But then we close the app, and now me and you sitting in the house, and it's fucking with both of us.
Yeah.
Right.
It's aggravating me because it's not true, and it's aggravating you because you don't know what to think.
But if you know that person, then you should know what to think.
But you can only hear so much before it fucks with you.
Before you do have a question or two yourself, absolutely.
Right. So then that energy is now in my household from the outside world who don't have nothing to do with my fucking household.
Right.
And now I got to deal with this shit.
Yep.
When I'd rather just be watching Martin and chilling. You know what I'm saying?
But then there's no way to prevent that.
It is.
So they never take that person with you to your events? Is that, how do you prevent it?
But that's what I'm saying. You can't screenshot an event.
Okay.
If I'm in a DJ booth and my girl is in the DJ booth, which has happened numerous times.
Yeah.
My girl in the DJ booth with me, and we turn it up. You have to be recording us, like, oh. But if not, you just have to be like, yo, I seen what's the name in the DJ booth. What's the name? That's completely different than you screenshot it in your group chat. Bing, 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 bing. This is that. Oh, what's her name? Oh, now she got 40 new followers. That who don't give a fuck about her at all. Just trying to be nosy and and see this and do that and cause mischief. Why?
Yeah, they wouldn't even know it was her dancing in the DJ booth with you.
Right.
Boredom.
And that's what I'm saying. boredom, jealousy. Plenty of people have
miserable.
Plenty of people have been curved.
Right.
Now you now you're looking at.
Now you're trying to compare.
You may think you look better than this person.
Low vibrational people.
And why? Oh, you curved me for that? Yeah, just because you look good on the outside, I mean you're a good fucking person.
Yeah. Sometimes the energy be off, like you just can't do it.
Right. So then it's just peace of mind. It's just peace of mind. And I like to find like-minded females who think like I think, and we don't have that social media conversations at all. Because it's clear cut and understood. Any question you got for me, here is the raw truth.
Right.
What else you got? Here's the raw truth.
Right.
Here's the raw truth. So we don't gotta. I'm not stumbling. I was here. You know, I was here. I was there. I know I was there. It's just that's what it is, and it's just that's what it is.
Well, hey, you can't say it no clearer than that.
Right. Like people just let people. Sometimes you gotta unravel from the matrix. It's hard. It's hard because it's starting to be just intertwined in everything we do. People look for jobs on your phone. It's just like everything is just there on the phone and making everything accessible to you from the phone. So sometimes you have to realize that we weren't always like that. We weren't always so consumed with our phones, and we have to try to separate things that really don't have no business in our phone. You know? When you see my girl, it'll be on our wedding day.
Shoot, I'm gonna post memes talking about fuckboys until my wedding day. So, I mean, hey.
See, that's what I'm saying. Is like you gotta have a strong relationship because you talking about fuckboys, but you're not talking about your
my
man.
guy, right.
So that's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm saying. If somebody who's not in a strong mindset, they come through and scrolling that and like, oh, my girl just posted something about a fuckboy. Oh, she must be mad at me. I did something wrong. And now you just bringing that energy into your house that you got to deal with. That is a miss.
Because if people
it's just
like,
too much,
the way,
So let's talk about it.
I mean, the way my boyfriend posts memes, you would think that, like in the group, he used to post crazy memes, you wouldn't even know what he was saying. Like at the end of the day, like we have a connection. We are friends first. That's my friend. So I know his actions. I know how far he's gonna go with something. So I'm not gonna question it. Yeah. Our personalities click. At the end of the day, we can joke around and play. And even if I think he's gone too far, I can say, all right, now you done done too much. But it's never a disrespectful thing. You know what I'm saying? In everything, I'm always respected. I think as long as you have that understanding with your mate, then you can do whatever you want to do. It's just the point of having that conversation. Communication is key. If you are dating someone who does not want to post you and you want to be posted, you're going to have problems. Then once you find it out, you should turn around and walk out the door because, you know what I'm saying? Why try to change someone? Why waste the energy of trying to change that person? I was telling him earlier, like.
But I also think that person also needs to take a look at themselves and need to.
Why do you want to
be posted so bad? You have your own social media.
Right.
You can post me all day. Let all of your friends who care about you hear I am.
That we are together.
But why do you care that these people who don't know you don't give a fuck about you, never met you before in their life?
I think people want to be validated, and that goes back to the internal issues that they have.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the deeper issue that people need to go to. People stop at.
But therapy is needed. We need to go to therapy. Everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because our parents,
therapists go to therapy.
Our parents and the things we went through has created trauma. And that trauma has spilled out into our relationships in the form of validation, in the form of cheating, secrecy. Like, I was telling him earlier, like I said, going on trips with your significant other, and you can see his shadow in the picture, but you act like you want a mental break from the world. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, girl, what is that about? And it's just weird to me. Like, why are you going through all of these motions to prove that you're by yourself when you're not? Like, who are you hiding from? You know what I'm saying? And how far does it get to be
some random island in Malaysia by yourself?
What's the little saying they do? It's not private. We're not private. What's the little? I don't even know what the saying is, but it's like why are you going through that much trouble to keep it a secret? At this point, you're being secretive. It's not just a private relationship. It's not just we keeping our business. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then it's like when you post certain things, you give people the opportunity to question you. And then when people ask questions, you mad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like keep your personal business when you're upset off the internet because I want to be followed through. If you're going to post it and you tell me you're mad, I want to know when you're not mad no more. and I want to know what made him change. Like, keep me involved. You know what I'm saying? Because now you piqued my interest. You know, and so it's not fair for me for you to move on like it didn't happen. Girlfriend, what's going on? You know. So I mean, that's just me, and that's where social media. You know, people be like, "Oh, you crossing boundaries," but it's like you invited the boundary to be crossed. And once you put something out there, you cannot tell people how to react to it or what's too much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And once you put it out there, it's out there. You know.
Never to be.
And if you care too much about what other people think, then it's just gonna be, you know.
So, yeah. So what about if your significant other doesn't have social media?
I think
should you be obligated to post them? Do you post them?
No.
How
only
often
if you
should
want
post
to.
them?
I mean, only if you want
I think only weirdos have
no social presence or working a job to where they cannot have a social presence. I think in this age is super weird, but I honestly think that is the best thing in the world because it creates such a mental clarity. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because whether you want to or not, you can compare yourself on social media. You know, so that's dope that they could do that. But I think you do whatever you want to do. Like,
I think if I was just a regular person,
but I thought you said when I said it, you said you was never going to be.
No. I'm just saying.
I'd never be no Joe Smo.
I won't.
I was just joking.
I won't. But we can always play. But if I was just a regular Joe Smo with no brands to promote, I would not be on social media. I swear to God, I would.
And I hear that a lot. I hear that a lot from people.
I swear I would.
Yeah.
I swear I would. I pray for entrepreneurs every day, man.
Yeah.
Because dealing with people is just.
It's a lot. You have to be
It's
prayed
a
up.
lot, bro.
Prayed
it's
up.
a lot. Just
people
dealing
ask
with
questions,
people.
and people cross boundaries for no
It's
reason.
just, and it's so much, and it just be, and most of the time it be people's closest to you, your friends who
Talk
just
about
won't
it.
respect what you're doing, your brand, or what you trying to, you know. It's just
the saddest thing in the world.
it's sad. You really get to see like people from a different perspective when you're an entrepreneur and you know talking to your friends and see how your friends move off of your moves and see who's congratulating, who's not saying nothing, who's seeing it and not saying nothing,
who stay in the inbox talking about they want to support but give an opportunity and never do.
Right. Like it paints a different picture for people, period. Family, it's period. And so it's a weird space to be in. So I pray for entrepreneurs every day. Because
and I pray that we are forgiving of those people because you cannot let that stuff change who you are.
I always say you can't expect you from other people.
You really can't.
So your significant other doesn't have social media, but then ask you, why don't you post them at all or at least more than what you currently do? What do you say? What do you say to that?
I would say why you don't have social media.
Create a page. And you can't clock my page.
If you can give me a validated reason why you don't have social media, until you give me that, then I don't need.
You can't worry about it.
If you don't have a social media page yourself, why you want to be on my social media?
Right.
I thought you was doing the no social media.
And would it? Yeah, nah.
Yeah. What are you doing? What are you talking about? You don't want to be on social media, right? So let's keep you off my page too.
But you could still go online and see somebody's social media without having social media.
Yeah, that's fine. She can investigate. I don't mind. But what I'm saying is, don't say nothing to me about me posting you and you don't even have an account to post yourself. What are we really talking about?
But you're cool with her spying, or not? Let's not even say spying. But you're cool with her looking at your account.
Why are you invested?
Even if she doesn't have one.
That's weird. That's weird.
Why are you invested?
Just get a page and follow me.
Because see now I have
That's
questions.
Weird.
Like I want to do inner work. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's weird.
I have questions.
That's weird
that inner work.
I have to talk about it. You know.
That's weird.
Like
weird.
it just makes too much occur. Like what's going on in work that you feel like this needs to be a part of your life. You know what I'm saying? Like. You know, if you have such a open communication or open relationship, the last thing you should be thinking about is a social media comment. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're in a relationship and you have your significant other's
you gotta pull the
password,
mic closer to your face when you say that.
if you are in a relationship and you have your significant other's passwords, are you really checking in comments on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat? Like, are you really scrolling through and trying to figure it out?
Like,
You know what I'm saying?
Like, if any female ever asks me for my passwords, that will be the last thing I speak.
So let me ask you another question, because see, me and my boyfriend, I have each other's passwords, but it wasn't one of those situations where we sat down and asked at all. What happened was, I'm always thinking, like, what if something happened to me? Like, how people gonna reach out? You know what I'm saying? And so it was like, well, look, you need to have my password in case something happened to me. Like, you know, like to be able to, like, granted, he has people's numbers and stuff like that, but that was just something that we did, not to be spying on each other, but just more so have it in the event of.
With me.
Let me ask a question real quick.
No, I'm just saying, I'm going to comment on what she said.
I just want to ask one question.
What, go ahead.
Do y'all have each other's, like, banking account information and
I have
access to
his
accounts?
pen and he has mine.
Okay, go ahead.
So, with me, that situation would be something like, she's met my mom, right?
Yeah.
And my mom is calling,
Okay.
but I can't get to the phone. She say, your mom is calling.
And you're like, answer.
I say, answer it. She's like, what's the code? Blah, 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 blah,
Okay,
blah.
that's how they come across. Okay.
Well, now she has my code. Now, but I'm not going to now change my code because I gave her the code.
Right.
That's how she got it. Now, she was like, now we sit down and she like, I need your codes to your phone.
That's a bit much.
Huh?
Right.
Like, you need the passwords to the emails too?
Right. You got to exit stage left immediately.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? You want the codes to my phone? What are we talking about? So, no, I can't do the codes to the phone. Unless it just comes about
Do you give
that
out your
way.
pen, your ATM pins, and your passwords?
No. See, legally, until marriage,
You can't worry about it.
the government don't care about, you know, us having access to one another's property until marriage. So
Right.
that's when I'm gonna start caring about it.
Well, you know what? Hey, to each his own. I respect that. Totally.
Yeah,
I mean, it wasn't something like that I planned. You know what I'm saying? You know how you go to the ATM and you hang your card on? You know? It's just like we've been together for so long that.
That's what I'm saying. It's shit like that. That's how it's supposed to happen like that. Like, if you happen to be on the driver's side and I'm handing you the car, I got to tell you the pin for you to type it in.
Right. Eventually, you're going to remember after.
You're petty as shit if you get out the car and walk around, cover it up, and do it to yourself. Like, come on, you're like a cornball at that point.
Where's the trust? You know what I'm saying?
You gotta go.
That pin after that.
But if you gotta change your pin on your girlfriend, is she really your girlfriend?
But she might, it depends on your financial situation. If you could be.
Why are you with that person? We are at an age now to where if you with somebody, honey, and you can't trust their financial
some people have
choices.
Some people have access to money, and because they didn't work for that money, they don't know how to manage money. So they see the account, what's in the account, they have access to the account, and they just do them off of the account. They don't have.
What type of person are you choosing?
I can tell.
But bad spending habits doesn't equate that a person is a bad person, though.
Right, but if that is important, see, financial things are important to me, so that would be a deal breaker for me. Like, as soon as first of all, you've stolen from me, so now we have to figure out that part. You know what I'm saying?
But not to the point where they're stealing from somebody.
Okay.
The point where they have that access.
Access, right.
So they have that access. So because they have that access, they have the access. It's not stealing. It's not looked at as.
So they're not going and helping themselves. They just know what's there.
No, I'm just saying, like, for example, like if a man has a lot of money and a woman, she knows she don't have a lot of money,
right,
and she has access to the accounts, and she spends off the accounts, but she's just bad with spending money, but she has access.
Okay.
So I don't think that makes that person a bad person.
Well, then that's how you just create a boundary. You say this is what you spend a day, this is what you spend a week. You know what I'm saying? This is how we curtail that.
And then that's when you gotta start not giving pins and changing pins to kind of
that's just
control. Don't make you a bad person.
No, it doesn't make you a bad person.
Very bad spending habits.
You gotta create a boundary.
I'm just saying you should be able to tell though that somebody is.
Hello, and that's all I'm thinking about.
But
financially,
but you could be somebody who with
you
bad
would think you could change
habits.
it too. That's the thing. You thought you could change that person. If I find you spending money and you can't be smart about it, then
changing and teaching is two different.
But they gotta want to learn.
This is true.
You know what I'm saying? And
they might not even
financial issues are the core reason for relationship drama.
True.
So it's like you already coming into it. If we're dating or we're seeing one another, and I see you don't have good saving money habits, then we're gonna discuss that before we become in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And if I feel like you can't figure it out, then we won't be in a relationship.
But the financial conversation may not happen for
it should be.
But it's very.
It should always happen before you pour your pants down.
No. What I'm saying.
You should know.
What I'm saying
okay.
is the financial conversation. It can take a long time for that conversation to happen while you're getting to know someone.
Money is one of the most sensitive topics.
But that's what I'm saying. You can.
So that's why you should have it up front.
But what I'm saying, you can be in a situation where money is not a conversation. You don't have to have it. Like you got a great job, you live by yourself, you live in your own apartment. I got a great job, I live by myself, and all my bills is paid, all your bills is paid. We got extra money to do whatever we want to do.
Okay.
Those financial conversations don't ever happen.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, because you handling business like it's no. Can I borrow $40? Or I ain't got it.
What do you know what I'm saying? How would that conversation start? Like, yo, let me see your bank account.
Well, no, not even. I mean, honestly, like, okay, so you're dating someone and you're talking about your goals, your dreams, your aspirations. Okay, how are you gonna get there? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Do you have a savings account? I ask those questions on dates. You know what I'm saying? Do you have a 401k, insurance? I want to know those things. Like, I'm 34. I don't know. Like, I've been in a relationship for 3.5 years. So, okay. But before that, like, I was still interested. I was always interested in the 401k. I was always interested in if you had a savings account. I was always interested in if you made money and if you had money left over after your check. And that may be why me and Dan was like, whoa, you too much. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, you asking all these questions and we not even about to be together. Like, I just want to know where your head is, you know what I'm saying? So I'm asking those uncomfortable questions to figure out what's up because I'm just nosy, and I want to know.
I feel it like it's that because, like, men, we don't give a fuck if you have a savings account.
But you should.
But why? Because a savings account don't make you a good person.
But it ain't about being a good person. It's about being able to suffice and take care of yourself. And then when you and me get together, if I was to fall off, could you help me to survive? Will you look out for me? Will you able to do those things even if you wanted to, but you don't have money to do it because you can't even save $5 from your check from 2 weeks?
What I'm saying is,
like,
but you can not have a savings account and still have money to help whenever you need help. You don't have to
savings.
Have
and then by definition, that is a savings.
You about to nitpick. She's just trying to say, she's trying to figure out if you're financially smart or capable of being smart when it comes to money.
The ancestors said,
the power
we're done.
So, Mimi was just saying that.
Was I nitpicking now?
Yeah,
you was about to.
You was about to nitpick because you was going on. Because she's also, not to put words in your mouth, but I'm also sure you're looking for a good guy.
Right.
Which is what you said. You got to be a good person.
Yeah.
But you don't need the bank account. But you want to make sure they're either aware of their financial situation. Right. Or that they're capable.
Okay, so here's a better question to that. Here's a better question to that. So if in that moment you find out they don't have a savings account or not financially what's name, does that now?
So then
is
do
it
you
over?
want to? No, not immediately. But then it's like, well, do you want to change that? Do you want to be better? Do you want to figure out how to make it work? Because at the end of the day.
Then what if they say I never thought about it?
Then we can talk. Then we can learn. You know, I can teach you. We can learn together. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
As long as you are open to learn,
it sounds like a deal
there's
breaker.
nothing wrong. No, it's not a deal breaker unless we talk about how to make it better. We teach you those things, and then you don't use it, and then you never. And there's an excuse. Because at the end of the day, it's about making you better. We need two whole people coming into a relationship, not two partial people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, not to go in, but I would probably say respectfully, let's have this conversation. I think that's a great conversation to have, but only at a point where I feel like I like you enough to be around you, to where if you did have trouble or I had trouble, that we were willing to help each other. Right. But so
you do have to care about that person. Don't get me wrong. It's not first date conversation. You know what I'm saying?
No, I would respect the idea of having the conversation on the first date. But I'm not going to post a picture from that first date.
Right.
After the first date was over.
Don't ask me about my savings account on the first date. Do not ask me about my savings account on the first date.
I mean, it doesn't have to be a first date conversation. We need to be able to get to know if we mesh well and our energies mesh well before we talk about each other's finances.
You know what I'm saying? Tell me about your day.
Right.
I don't even want this to be an interrogation. I don't want you. What college did you go to? What did you study? What's your favorite color? Oh,
Let's just mesh. Let's just see
let's
how it
just.
goes.
How was your day? What happened today?
Right.
What did you eat? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't ask me
What
for
moved
a
you?
fucking bank account.
Yeah.
I've got
I
no
mean,
savings.
but we
Fuck,
do
I
need
got
to,
cash
as
out.
a whole people, work on our savings. You know, period. So,
Yep.
I said,
there's
I don't got
that.
no savings. I got cash out.
but you still, but you know, being, you know, love that person, like that person enough to, if something happens, you care. You know, because you know how you like deal with people, and then like something happens to them, and they tell you, you be like, dang, okay, and you don't feel no way, and you feel bad because you don't feel a way. You know,
Yep.
that's the worst.
Yeah, when you know you're supposed to feel something.
Right,
you
like-
don't
Right.
And you like, yeah.
get
And you
like
know,
that.
that's when you know you gotta let them go. You know,
Get
Right.
like that.
and they could be the greatest person in the world.
Right. Just ain't the one.
Exactly.
You get any questions?
No, just a bunch of opinions. People were saying that, you know, just there was a lot of bitter females saying, you know, if he don't post you, he's ashamed of you, which I don't necessarily think is true. If you think that being posted to an app is what shows
These women know they
appreciation.
have slimy dudes. You know what I'm saying? You know what type of dude you're dealing with. So if that in your heart of hearts you feel that way, that's because it's true. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, these women know. Like, you know, I know what type of man I have. So if he not posting you and you think he cheating on you, he cheating on you, mama. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And
let's
that's my thing is that I hate. Well, hate is a strong word. I dislike when women project their choice of men on all men.
on all men, right?
It irks me because if like just off your talk of the examples of things that you're talking about, man, at some point you have to realize you have bad choice in men.
Yeah.
You can't just think that all men are like that. You have to look at yourself at some point because the only consistent thing in that is you. You are the person who was with this guy, that guy, that guy, that guy, and they all end up being fuckboys.
Right.
So like,
What
you know what I'm saying? You gotta change what you're attracted to. Is it the money? Is get money niggas? Then you gotta change
And
your
it
path.
could be attracted to that. Like, it could be her great energy that they're attracted to and they suck the life out of her, or it could be
True.
that she is, you know,
I just
moved
saying.
by a facade, you know,
Yeah.
because we all give a partial personality of ourselves when we meet you. So,
Right.
you know,
I just
sometimes you
think
get
that- I
wrapped
just
up,
think
or that
accountability-
desperation scent kind of might come off.
I just think you don't really see. Well, I'm not biased, but you don't really see as much women. Men, you don't see as much men talking about how women ain't shit as much as you see women talking about how men ain't shit. And I feel like I don't see a lot of accountability in that. Like you rarely see like on some of my posts, like you rarely see a woman say like, I know my mistakes, I know what I did, I know I chose the wrong eye to eye. You usually see a woman saying everything that nigga did wrong, and they never say what they did as if they was angels
Like
in
Twitter
the
says
relationship.
differently.
I know. No. You said who's different?
Some Black Twitter says differently. Like, I've seen men shame women and
But I'm
men
not saying
go
that it don't exist.
off,
I'm not saying that it don't exist.
I mean, I'm just saying I see it. I see it more than I see women. Like, and I see a lot of women being holding themselves accountable.
Same Facebook group, my
I
man?
mean, I'm in that group too, but it's some women who hold themselves accountable. It's a couple of sprinkle throughs. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's easier to blame the other sex for the mistakes. It's super easy because who wants to look inward? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then it's like, if I keep attracting the same thing, then yeah, I mean, I could be closed-minded to think that's just what's out here. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, I don't believe anymore that what you attract is what you are, you know? So I don't know. I guess I would have to look into like what's the reason why you keep going toward, are these people, you know, is it a void you trying to fill? Because you have to understand when you meet somebody, you know whether or not they're good for you or not, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? You know what type of feeling you get when you're around someone. So if they're not giving you the feeling that you want, why do you keep exposing yourself to that feeling? You know what I'm saying? So it's now not their fault anymore. It's the choice that you made consistently. And that is harder to admit to than it is for me to say, oh, he treated me like shit.
Right. But I just feel like the growth is in the accountability.
Absolutely.
You can talk about the dudes all the time, but you're not gonna feel that growth until you look in the mirror, be honest with yourself,
Right.
and saying, "Oh, I am chasing the wrong things. I am passing up on
Self
good
love.
people
It takes self love to
Right.
know that.
And I would say that also men just in general. If I break up with a girl, I'm not gonna say nothing bad about her.
Right.
We have our disagreements,
Yeah.
but it's probably like maybe 2-3 people that I would actually have that serious conversation with. Like, yo, this is really what happened.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that they're not the type of people that that even operate in the where I'm gonna go post something like this or go to one of my friends and talk to them, because I mean they have they're guys with character. So I would never go out and blast that information like that. And I feel like most guys wouldn't, because they would try to respect, even if you were with the female, you gotta, and y'all were together for a certain, you had love for her. Sometimes you don't really want to, make her out to be a bad person in order to make yourself feel good to everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, but then I know one guy who just recently broke up with a good girl and like slandered her name to keep her from being happy.
Yeah, but see, that's
that's just
stuff.
disgustingly
Yeah.
petty. Because
that's just niggas who just be like, I don't know, man.
The maturity is just immaturity.
Yeah,
all
but
pay down
it
to
can
that.
also just be a nigga hurt.
Yeah, but like, how you gotta be hurt and project that on me and
Because niggas,
make everybody else think I'm a whore? You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're
niggas-
unhappy. Because like, so you was with this whore for 7 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody ever thinks of that and says
Yeah, I
that
do.
to the men.
I
Like,
do. I
listen,
do
you was
every
with that
time.
girl for 4 years. You know what I'm
I
saying?
do it every time. Every time a dude or a girl say, "Oh, she was this, she was that," I'm like, I was together for 7 years. She was doing you like this for 7 years, and you stuck around.
Right, and all of a sudden,
who are you talking to?
yeah, you're right.
What are you talking about? Oh, she was cheating on you, doing all you let her do all that
Right.
for 7 years. She was a whore the whole time. You stupid.
The dumbest.
We don't feel sorry for you, nigga.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of niggas, and another thing is niggas don't know how to hurt.
Right. They ain't never been taught to.
They don't know how to hurt. When you hurt, you react in anger.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you get angry, you say stuff you don't mean.
Okay, so let me just take it back 2 seconds real quick. As men, when you post your, since you don't, I'm going to give this question to me. When you post your significant other and you get like hella likes and comments about how gorgeous she is, do you feel some type of way? Does that make you feel proud? Or do you feel like, all right now, hold on now. You know, like, how do you feel about that?
Me?
Yeah, because I can't ask him. So
I got you. So I'm gonna give you.
Now hold on now. I haven't not posted.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
They have been posted, but it wasn't like.
Yeah.
It's about 1,000 pics in between each post.
All right. Well, okay. Well, then you answer next.
And so, cause I don't post a lot.
Okay.
But I do post. But so I'll give you the before and the after. So posting the so if I'll post a picture and I had no problem with that. I think you're beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So I would almost be disappointed if I didn't see that there.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But if it wasn't there, I would be like, okay, they're probably not doing that out of respect. But I feel like at least the female friends that I have that know I have a girlfriend, even if they haven't met her yet, they would go under that pic and be like, oh my God, she's so beautiful, blah, blah, blah. She's gorgeous. Oh my God, I can't wait to meet her. Stuff like that. If it was dudes doing it, I'd be like, if it was my friends doing it, I'd be cool with it. If it was dudes I didn't know, I'd probably be cool with it. But I feel like I'm supposed to have a reaction if it's like 6 heart eyes versus 2 heart eyes. So, but this is what I'm saying. For me, I wouldn't care about it. But then you have, then I guess on social media you can OD too and do too much. But if somebody was in person, they met my girl and they were like, yo, she's beautiful, and they told her she was beautiful, after doing it a couple times, that's different. But under one pic, no. But if you like commenting on all my pics, maybe. But I don't know. I feel like that would make me a little bit insecure. But at the same time, it's easier to tell in person because he might be doing that just to show me love, like me.
Right.
Like you did it, like with this one. You know what I mean?
Right.
He might be doing it for that reason, but I don't know.
Right. Okay.
But if I was in person with him, I could tell that way because I would be able to feel the energy, the tone of his voice.
Yeah.
Was he in close proximity? What were his hands doing? Where were his eyes at?
Right.
How does it make her feel? So
I like him.
if it was that way.
All right.
But in that way, yeah. But after a while, though, I feel like you hear so much of how you're supposed to feel about what other people are doing on social media.
That you don't know which way to go.
Right. You
right.
Know what, you know, I feel like I should say something about this, but this didn't bother me last week. Why I feel this way this week. But so, yeah. Me, I wouldn't care, but I feel like I've been almost tried to be baited into caring about stuff that I feel like it's irrelevant to.
Well,
But I've been told I'm real nonchalant emotionally.
Yeah.
Except for in some situations.
if I post my significant other, none of my niggas better be under my picture.
Not one.
How beautiful she is.
Not even a.
Relax.
Keep it.
Only thing you can get, only thing I want to see is I see you, son.
I see you.
I see you, my nigga.
Right.
That's all I need. Don't be no hard eyes at all.
No hard eyes.
No niggas just send another nigga
no
hard eyes
hearts.
on nothing. No hard eyes, period.
Well, he not sending it for you.
I don't matter.
You just don't get it at all.
No hard eyes. Don't call me no hard eyes. Say I see you, son. And we both know what that means. Right? Now, one thing I did notice is when I did post my significant other, got a whole lot of comments I don't usually get.
Okay.
And it's, oh my God, she's so beautiful. Oh, y'all look so happy. And I'm just reading like, shut up. Like,
This is
yesterday. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, and that's the part that I don't like. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes it just stupid. I just feel like it's just stupid. Like it makes me feel stupid. What?
I feel like you just finished the idea, so I hope I ain't cut you off. But what about another thing is like when you post that picture, everybody who comments under that picture, she now want to know why they comment. So that's another thing.
Right.
And then I gotta say,
so much,
this chick
much,
like this,
too much.
like oh, this is so and so. We went to middle school together. We dated.
Yeah, it does open doors.
And it's
now.
like, okay,
now
but now
the door's locked.
but right, even though let's say we don't even have that relationship anymore, like y'all done with that relationship.
Yeah.
Is she going to think that every time, like, what is she thinking about when she sees that you like that picture? Is she thinking about our relationship that we had long ago? Are we still, as close? Or what are things going on like that? So again, you got to be strong.
Right, you got to have had these conversations or have a strong relationship.
Right, it just opens so many
or
fucking
no,
doors. It gives you so much extra shit to think about. That and
just
90
exes if
and
it's gonna cause
just
all
like
the
I'm
problems.
saying, and 99% of the shit that they're thinking about from just that shit don't got shit to do with nothing. Yeah. It's just all your mind is going on a train of thoughts.
And some people come out of woodworks and like it just to be petty and just cause whatever.
Right.
Like, I'm
comment and say she's beautiful
put
just to be
16
petty.
heart eyes under a comment under a new relationship post, and now the girl looking like, no, what you doing?
I've seen people
what's going on?
I've seen people comment under the picture, then go in the DMs and say something that was disrespectful about the picture, but had hard eyes on the picture,
right?
Just because they want you to see that they put hard eyes on the picture.
They seen it.
But that's what I'm saying. It's
Because
like, why bring that? Why bring that?
Yeah.
Because you can blame them, but at the end of the day, if you didn't post that picture, that energy wouldn't be in your life. So why post a picture?
Yeah.
You know? So just like that's what I'm saying. It's like, why just add the extra shit that comes with it? It's not about, because whatever you're trying to get accomplished is not being accomplished. Like, let them bitches know about me. Okay, here you go. They see you now. Now what?
Now you out there.
Now you out there. Now you arguing in your DMs. Now you mad.
Yeah.
Now you mad. Now you stressing. Who's this bitch? Who's that bitch? Why she put so many hard eyes on the picture? Yeah. Even if you're not even voicing it to your man, you thinking it. You scrolling and thinking it, reading and thinking it.
Why would you Instagram live every time you want?
Why would you bring that stress into the situation?
Listen, Don't give people your power like that, please.
Then then you DJing and she done went the chick that commented then went to the party you DJing at, which you have no control over. But on her snap, she was at the party, and you heard DJ Rose in the background. Oh, why she at his party? Because it's a club and it was open, and I didn't personally invite her. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. All of that shit, you just open up a bubble.
Pick your battles.
And like some people don't know how not to go down the wormhole. Some people have just been conformed just to do that, to investigate.
Do you think those situations are needed to see the insecurities to determine if you want to do it or not? Because I don't think you're always able to see people's insecurities until they're put into those circumstances.
Yeah. I see people insecure early when they say when you call somebody on the phone and you FaceTime somebody on the phone, the first thing they tell you is, "I look a mess." Excuse my hair, I look a mess. When I answer FaceTime, I could be breath stinking crusty. I never say, "Oh man, I look a mess, man. Good morning. I just woke up." But you talking to a female and she first get on the FaceTime and she was like, "I look a mess," or she won't put her face on the FaceTime because she feel like she look a mess. That's an insecurity. Or when somebody insults themselves before you can. Or somebody say my fat ass can't. You know what I'm saying? Those are insecurities. I see shit like that early. I don't need to post and search in the comments to find out you're insecure. It's simple conversation. You can find out people are insecure.
There's levels to that though, because some people hide it. Some people it's out there. It's easy to see too. It's real easy to see.
You can't hide it from me. I ain't never seen nobody be able to hide it. I can just smell it.
Yeah, they be out there, but
it's a mess.
Yeah. So I feel like you started by saying, well, you didn't say no, or yeah, you said do what's right for you. But I feel like you leaning more on the line that just don't do it, avoid the hassle.
Because I just feel like I feel like, you know, of everybody's followers, like how many of those followers actually give a fuck about you, like for real, that you could call and you like your personal business, right? Your relationship, the person you go home to, the person you confide in, the person you lean on, right? Why does strangers need to know who you are? Like then the woman, I feel like if I've introduced you to all my family, you hung with all of my friends, you met my mother, you met my grandmother, you sat at my Thanksgiving table. You don't need anybody else to know about you.
But look at it this way. That's your page, so you can do what you want to do on your page. See, sometimes it comes across like you posting it for other people, since you're worried about how they're gonna react to the picture. You know what I'm saying?
But that's
when in actuality, you're doing it because you just want to post it on your page.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying is I don't understand that. What's the want to in that? Like this is my.
I mean, I might look good that day, and I just want to post my picture, and my boyfriend happen to be in it. Like
right, but that's what I'm saying is that I can also take a picture by myself and look just as good. I'm not posting a picture because I think I look good. I look at Instagram as my commercial. This is my commercial in order to keep.
You're looking at it from a business aspect. We're talking about it from a personal aspect.
So that's what I'm saying. If on a personal aspect, I would not be on social media at all. If I was just not doing business and a brand, I wouldn't be on it at all because I just feel like that's why I run my page. The way I run my page, I run my page for interaction. I run my page. It's my commercial. I'm keeping you interested and keeping you interested. This is to keep you interested. This is to keep you interested. That's the only thing that I'm trying to do. Right. I'm not trying to determine or expose my personal life or it's all about numbers, metrics, and keeping people who are interested in me interested. Right. That's it. That's the only way I look at it. But just going back to what you were saying about posting it just because it's your page, I don't understand when people say that because the app is set up for you to post and people to like and to comment. It's set up that way.
Interactive.
Correct, but that's what I'm saying is if you're saying.
But even if no one liked my picture, like who cares? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. Because I posted it, I don't care about who liked it.
Right.
Commented under it. I posted it because I wanted to.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right, but I'm saying, but posting it because you wanted to. I don't understand that because you already have the picture. It's yours in your photos. You can go look at it in your photos whenever you want to. So you have.
There's an underlying reason for.
Yes, an underlying reason for posting it to social media because you have the pictures in your possession. You can look at it
Sometimes you
in
just
your
gotta
phone.
remind people we're still here.
Right. So then there's an underlying.
I'm just joking. I don't know. I mean,
Right.
you could. I get that, but
Yeah.
Also, y'all help me out with this. This one is mine. So you have you spending the day. You just reminded me of it. You spending the day doing something with your girl, or y'all going and doing something, and you like, yo, take this pic real quick, and then y'all take a pic together. Do I have to post the one of us together, or can I post the one of just me? You know what I'm saying? Like this stuff.
post the one
This
by
is
yourself.
it is just too much of it. It's like that. Why I even gotta like
question it.
is she gonna have a problem with that? You know what I mean? So,
And I get it. That's just a weird dynamic that's been
Right.
created with the
Yeah,
unwritten laws.
I don't even think about. I must be a selfish person because that never literally crosses my mind. Like me and Bay could take 10 pictures together, and I will still post the one I want, and it might not be him. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And he has never once walked up to me and said, "Why didn't you post me?"
But see, that's the
Or,
thing is
you
that
know what?
that's the thing is that you're talking about it from a woman to a man's perspective.
I guess that's the way I'm thinking when you say
Right,
these
right.
things.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
As men, we don't give a fuck if the girl
If you post or
if
not.
she posts us
But
or
I don't
not.
care if you post me or not. Like,
It's like if whoever I'm talking to never ever posts me, I don't care at all.
Right.
I'm not like, yo, you trying to keep me a secret?
Right,
But
right,
as
right.
men, we have
Y'all
to
get
deal
bombarded
with
with
that.
that.
So
Yeah.
that's why we have to think about that.
but that just seems so crazy. Like, when you say it, it seems so petty and mundane. Like, damn, you really gotta think about all that? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, in dating this woman, would you not already know the answer when you took the pictures? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, but that's why the thought comes. You know the answer already. You know the answer already.
Yeah,
That's where the thought comes from.
it's
Yes.
crazy to me. Like, I'm so
But
sorry,
yeah,
man.
this what
I'm
we
so
have to
sorry
deal
I gotta
with.
think about all these things.
Yeah, we
Like,
gotta-
you can't just take a little raggedy picture and just keep it in your little camera roll. You
Not
gotta
if
post
she
it.
was not if she was there with you. You went to Disneyland and she was there
I
with
can't
you.
even
and you only
believe
posted a
it's
picture
really
of
that many
yourself.
ladies out here that want to be posted in every picture. Like, please jump in the podcast DMs and answer that question for me. Do y'all really have to be posted to feel good about your relationship? No shade. I'm not trying to be funny. I just really want to know if I'm a unicorn or not.
You know, it's having to. That's why I say for us, it's not
It's
worth
so
the
much
headache.
more, yeah.
It's not worth the headache.
Cause I wouldn't post at all. Like, you'd be mad at me if I was a dude. Like, I'd be like, Rose, I wouldn't post at all.
yeah,
Cause I'm not about to do that. You're not about to stress my life out over no picture.
Yeah, I mean, like if I take you, like if we go on vacation or something, and I'm gonna post pictures from that, but I done been, yeah, I feel like I'll post pictures from that, but just like on an everyday thing, if we go out on Wednesday night, I feel like I gotta post a picture of you. Like I look at some Instagram pages and it's just every picture is the couple, and I'm like, I understand like this is part of your life, but man, you don't ride in a Jeep and sing a song and want to post that joint.
Right.
You don't want to promote your artist by supporting their music. You don't want to
Yeah.
just take and throw this pic up of you. So that's strange to me. And
Like I know couples who have one Instagram.
Ooh, I do too, and that is so corny.
One Instagram. They
I
both
ain't
got the
never heard
password. They both post when they want to post to the page, but it's the us page.
It's so corny. I mean, you do what you want to do, but I still feel like I mean,
I ain't gonna say it's
if
corny
I
because
had
they
to
already
have an
married.
opinion over it, no. What ones I know aren't married.
I don't think so.
I know
The
a
two
married couple too, but
The two I know is not married,
that to me is a
and
whole.
and it ain't because they're happy.
And if
They
you don't
got
have a
one.
YouTube and you're not collecting YouTube checks from this dual post, IG, it's too much. It's a bit much.
Yeah.
And there's a level of insecurity here that you both have got to pray it out. Like, it's just too
I'm
much.
telling
It's
you,
just
man.
too much.
I'm telling you, I feel sorry for people who are, just on social media just because if you can't separate like what's real
From the fake.
from the fake,
Ooh, you've already lost the race.
like people who can't separate real from fake, social media is a dangerous place for them, bro.
It's a
It's
trigger.
a dangerous place. It's a dangerous place for
trigger.
people who can't separate the truth from what's going on social media. People will literally read a meme and think it's true. Not a meme about a joke. You could be like, memes don't always have to be jokes. Memes is any picture with words on it. So if a picture says Donald Trump just passed a bill that all Dominicans getting deported on March 14th of 2020, somebody will grab that picture and repost it and say, look what this nigga doing,
create
man.
mass hysteria.
And now everybody's going crazy. Somebody else see it, they screenshot it. Before you
And
know
that's
it,
people, there are people, like you said, there's people out here that don't watch the news.
Right.
Their only source of news is through Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. And,
it's a dangerous
it's
place
just
for people
sad.
who don't. It's a dangerous place for people who don't know how to separate the two.
There is no reality.
You ever had a conversation with somebody who believes everything on the internet?
I have, and it's just
It is
it's
the
disgusting.
most. It is insane.
It's-
I work with somebody.
You can make
that
you
doesn't-
question like what?
I work with somebody that believe everything on the internet. This is guy. He literally hates women, and I never thought I would meet a man who hates women, but he hates and black women specifically. And he's a black man, but he literally hates the way he talks about black women. Oh my God, it's draining. It's like, I know sisters give us a hard time sometimes, but his level of his hate is in a different place. I feel like he may have been touched on, like, or some shit. Like, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. Like, his level of hate for black women. And sometimes I'll be like, I ask him a question, he'll get like stumbled and he'll take it back to just black women not being. I was like, bruh, Jesus Christ.
Weird.
But I'm pretty sure we got people gonna have something to say, more questions or whatever, something we can touch on. But I feel like we did get on did cover a lot of information, did got a lot of questions answered. So anybody else got anything to say?
No, man, this been fun.
Absolutely.
Welcome,
It's nice being
Mimi.
here.
Yeah.
Thank
See
you.
how she just slid right in.
One in the bag.
Right, see how she just slid right in, fit right in.
Yeah.
I'm saying, I know who I'm picking when I'm picking. You know what I'm saying? Deeply Opinionated Podcast. Thank y'all for watching. And comment, subscribe, follow, do all that good shit.
Make sure I hit Murph out for one of these no love hats.
Oh, shout out to
Yeah.
Murph for the No Love brand.
Yeah.
Even though I still ain't got my t-shirt, still ain't got my hat, but
Uh-oh.
we love you, Murph.